HESI A2 Grammar Practice Test. Question 1. How would you rewrite not only the medication but also the lifestyle changes _______ effective? Is, are, was, has been. With not only, but also, verb agrees with closer subject, changes plural, are. A, C, D are singular. Question 2. Choose the correctly spelled word meaning to examine by touch. Palpitate, palpate, palpibrate, palpitate. Palpate equals to examine by touch. Palpitate A means heart races, C and D are misspellings. Question 3. Which sentence is an active voice? The consent form was signed by the patient. The patient signed the consent form. The consent form is being signed. The consent form will be signed. Active voice. Subject performs action. Patient signed. A, C, D are passive. Question 4. Select the best word. The _______ of the new for pump is intuitive. Design, designate, designing, designed. Noun design fits as subject. Designate B is verb. Designing C gerund. Design D past participle. Question 5. Which option fixes the run-on? The fever broke, the patient felt better. The fever broke, the patient felt better. The fever broke, the patient felt better. The fever broke, patient felt better. The fever breaking, the patient felt better. Semicolon correctly separates two independent clauses. A equals comma splice, C missing punctuation / word, D awkward. Question 6. Identify the correct use of lie versus lay in past tense. Yesterday, the patient laid in bed all day. Yesterday, the patient lay in bed all day. Yesterday, the patient lied in bed all day. Yesterday, the patient laid down the book. Past tense of lie recline equals lay. Laid A requires object, lied C equals fibbed. D is correct but different meaning. Question 7. Which sentence contains a gerund? The running patient was hyperventilating. Running is good for cardiac health. The patient ran to the emergency room. She will run the test. Gerund equals verb, ing acting as noun, running as subject. A equals participle, C equals past tense verb, D equals base verb. Question 8. Choose the correct indefinite pronoun. ________ of the staff is required to attend. Every, all, several, many. Every plus singular verb is. All B, several, C, many, D. Take plural verbs. Question 9. Which sentence uses principle correctly? The main principle of asepsis is cleanliness. The nurse has strong principles about patient privacy. Both A and B. The principal diagnosis was pneumonia. A equals fundamental rule, B equals moral standards, both correct. D should be principal main. Question 10. Spot the error. Each student must provide their own stethoscope. Each student must provide their stethoscope. Each student, singular, should be his or her, not their, though their is increasingly accepted in informal English. Question 11. Which conjunction shows cause and effect? The patient refused food, for he felt nauseated. The patient refused food, but he felt nauseated. The patient refused food, or he felt nauseated. The patient refused food, yet he felt nauseated. For equals because cause/reason, but and yet equals contrast or equals alternative. Question 12. Select the correct past participle. The wound has underscore open for 3 days. Been, be, being, went. Has been equals present perfect passive. Be base, being needs auxiliary, went past tense. Question 13. Identify the sentence with correct appositive punctuation. The head nurse, Ms. Jones, approved the order. 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 Appositive MS, Jones set off with commas. A missing commas, C comma only after, D comma only before. Question 14. Which word best fills the blank? The pain was severe that he couldn't sleep. So, such, very, too. So, that shows result. Such be modifies nouns, very C, doesn't pair with that, to D, means excessively. Question 15. Choose the correct homophone. The medication will underscore the infection. Affect, 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 affect. Affect equals verb, to influence. Affect B equals noun. C and D misspellings. Question 16. Which sentence uses among correctly? Divide the pills between the 3 patients. Divide the pills among the 3 patients. Divide the pills between each patient. Divide the pills among you and me. Among for 3 or more. Between A for 2, C between each incorrect, D among for 2 incorrect. Question 17. Identify the fragment. Because the lab was closed. The lab was closed. The lab closed at 5 p.m. Wait until the lab opens. Subordinate clause because. Cannot stand alone. B, C, D are complete sentences. Question 18. Which option fixes? The patient wanted to lay down. The patient wanted to lie down. The patient wanted to lay down. The patient wanted to lay down. The patient wanted to lay down. Lie down, no object, is correct. Lay requires object. B, C, D are incorrect verb forms. Question 19. Choose the correctly capitalized title. Dr. Jane Smith, MD. Dr. Jane Smith, MD. Dr. Jane Smith, MD. Dr. Jane Smith, MD. Dr. and Jane Smith capitalized, MD capitalized. B lowercase doctor, C lowercase names, D lowercase Smith and MD. Question 20. Which sentence uses farther correctly? The ICU is farther down the hall than the pharmacy. Can you read farther into the chart? She felt farther from her goal. The pain radiated farther up the arm. Farther equals physical distance. B, C, D equals figurative distance used further.